Ever come across an anime titled Black Butler? Well, what I've got to share isn't quite that, but it's got a similar flavour. Imagine this: Paolo Gabriele, serving as the butler to none other than Pope Benedict XVI himself, was tucked away in a cosy Vatican City apartment just a stone's throw from the heart of the world's smallest country. Each morning, bright and early before the crack of dawn, Gabriele would make his way to the papal apartments in the Apostolic Palace, where his tasks included laying out the Holy Father's trademark red kicks and crisp white attire. But here's where things take a wild turn. Behind those historic walls, in the sacred halls of the Vatican, a scandal erupted that shook the very pillars of the Catholic Church to their core. Gabriele, the Pope's right-hand man, found himself at the epicenter. He did the unthinkable, leaking confidential documents that peeled back the layers of corruption, deceit and intrigue within one of the world's most revered religious institutions. Gabriele wasn't just any old Vatican staffer. He was the guy the Pope trusted with his life. As the personal butler to Pope Benedict XVI, Gabriele was more than just a servant. He was a confidant, a protector, and, ironically, the bearer of one of the most earth-shattering scandals to rock the Vatican in its history. Gabriele's day kicked off before the break of dawn, and his tasks were as diverse as they were personal. From serving up breakfast to ensuring the Pope's robes were pristine for public appearances, Gabriele was the silent witness to every private moment of the Pope's life. His responsibilities ranged from helping the Pope dress to attending to his meals and other special needs. Gabriele even went as far as tasting the Pope's food for safety, managing his personal correspondence, and being the last face the Pope saw before calling it a night. In a city-state where power plays were as common as prayers, Gabriele's role was crucial, putting him in a position of unparalleled trust and access within the Vatican walls. Living within the confines of the Vatican, Gabriele led a life of devout service. For a modest salary of €1,100 a month, he not only received monetary compensation, but also a home for his family, courtesy of the very institution he would later betray. It was a life that many would envy, close to the spiritual leader of over 1 billion Catholics, privy to the inner workings of the Vatican and residing in one of the most revered cities globally. Yet, beneath this facade of devoted service and privilege, Gabriele harbored deep concerns about the institution he dedicated his life to. Despite the Vatican's spiritual significance, it wasn't immune to the vices that plague secular realms. Corruption, power struggles, and moral failings steeped within its walls, weighing heavily on Gabriele as he witnessed more and more. In 2012, Gabriele made a decision that would alter the course of his life and Vatican history forever. He began secretly removing documents from the Pope's apartment, documents that unveiled corruption, power abuses, and the darkest secrets of the Catholic Church. These were not just routine papers, but explosive revelations concerning financial mismanagement, sexual misconduct, and blackmail among the Church's upper echelons. With meticulous care, Gabriele copied these documents, ensuring the originals remained untouched, a testament to his deep understanding of the Vatican's daily operations. His actions were not those of a man acting on impulse, but of someone motivated by a strong sense of duty to expose the truth. Gabriele saw himself as a whistleblower, inspired by what he believed to be divine intervention destined to cleanse the Church of its sins. The VatiLeaks scandal, which erupted in early 2012, shattered the tranquility of the Vatican with a series of leaked documents that exposed a litany of scandals rocking the Catholic Church to its core. The fallout was immediate and far-reaching, casting a long shadow over the papacy of Benedict XVI and prompting profound questions about governance, accountability, and the moral compass of the Church's highest echelons. Documents later known as the VatiLeaks were explosive, revealing the Vatican was besieged by scandal, greed, and the very antithesis of the moral virtues it preached. The fallout was immediate and far-reaching, casting a long shadow over the papacy of Benedict XVI and prompting questions about governance, accountability, and the moral compass of the Catholic Church's highest echelons. Gabriele's betrayal was not just a personal affront to the Pope. It was a cataclysmic event that laid bare the vulnerabilities of an institution long shrouded in mystery. The man who once served the Pope, dressed him, and tasted his food had fed the world a diet of truth about the Vatican's darkest secrets. In doing so, Gabriel transformed from a trusted servant to a pariah, symbolizing the complex interplay between faith, power, and the quest for transparency. The fallout from the VatiLeaks scandal was swift and severe, widening the scandal's reach and exposing the depths of corruption, blackmail, and betrayal within the Vatican. Documents leaked in the scandal revealed allegations of financial mismanagement, corruption at the highest levels, power struggles, and the blackmailing of homosexual clergy. Most damning were reported implicating church officials in covering up cases of sexual abuse, alongside revelations of extravagant spending and the existence of a covert network of gay priests. One of the most explosive revelations came from a series of letters written by Monsignor Carlo Maria Vigano, who served as the Secretary General of the Vatican City-State. Vigano's letters to Pope Benedict XVI detailed rampant corruption and mismanagement within the Vatican's administration, accusing senior officials of financial wrongdoing. The leaks painted a picture of the Vatican in turmoil, embroiled in internal conflict and besieged by scandal. The public and media reaction to the VatiLeaks scandal was one of shock and outrage, challenging the moral authority of the Catholic Church, an institution already grappling with allegations of sexual abuse by clergy members worldwide. Journalist Gianluigi Nuzzi played a crucial role in bringing the VatiLeaks document to the public's attention. His book, His Holiness, The Secret Papers of Benedict XVI, compiled a vast array of leaked documents and offered a damning insight into the dysfunction and corruption at the heart of the Vatican. The VatiLeaks scandal unfolded corruption, blackmail, and betrayal, emerging from the heart of the Vatican and exposing a series of sordid tales more akin to a political thriller than to day-to-day operations of the Holy See. The leaked documents revealed not merely embarrassing inter-office memos, but a Pandora's box revealing corruption, blackmail, and a culture of concealment and betrayal that ran deep within the Church's venerable vaults. Central to the scandal were allegations of widespread financial mismanagement and corruption within the Vatican, depicted as a hotbed of unethical financial practices. Documents highlighted cases where church funds were misappropriated or used to grease the wheels of the Vatican's bureaucracy. One of the most damning revelations involved the misallocation of funds designated for charitable causes, diverted instead to cover the Vatican's administrative expenses. Allegations of money laundering were also raised, and the Vatican Bank accused of failing to adhere to international standards to prevent such practices. Another explosive element of the leaks was the alleged existence of a clandestine network of homosexual clergy within the Vatican. This revelation was particularly damaging, given the Church's public stance against homosexuality. The document suggested that this network was subject to blackmail, with certain members of the clergy leveraging knowledge of others' sexual orientations for personal gain or to secure promotions within the Vatican hierarchy. Perhaps the most morally egregious revelations concerned the Church's handling of sexual abuse cases. The leaked documents contained evidence that high-ranking officials, including bishops and cardinals, were involved in covering up cases of sexual abuse by clergy members. Instead of addressing these heinous acts, the Church's response often involved silencing victims and transferring offending clergy to different parishes or roles, allowing them to evade secular justice and continue their predatory behavior. These cover-ups were made possible by a culture of secrecy and a perceived need to protect the Church's reputation at any cost. The documents revealed a deep-seated institutional failure to confront and address the sins committed within the Church's ranks, causing outrage among the Catholic faithful and drawing sharp criticism from the international community, human rights organizations, and victims' advocacy groups. The VatiLeaks scandal did not emerge in a vacuum. It was indicative of broader issues within the Catholic Church, related to governance, accountability, and the tension between tradition and the need for modernization. The allegations of corruption, blackmail, and cover-up brought into sharp relief the challenges facing the institution that is both a religious authority and a sovereign state entity. The trial of Paolo Gabriel, set against the backdrop of the centuries-old Vatican City, was a spectacle that captured the world's attention. Charged with aggravated theft for his role in the VatiLeaks scandal, Gabriel faced the full weight of the Vatican's legal system, a process shrouded in the mystique of ecclesiastical law and tradition. Despite mounting a complex and deeply personal defense, Gabriel was found guilty and sentenced to 18 months in prison. However, Pope Benedict XVI granted him a papal pardon just before Christmas in 2012, reflecting the Church's capacity for forgiveness and redemption. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments below.